Okay, I did a little share screen for y'all. Let me do this and give you a presentation view. All right. Mark, I'm assuming that you can see that okay.
We are seeing everything good on your end.
Great. Well, this is All Things Crypto Call, and there's three gentlemen that are better. Well, two gentlemen that are better than the third gentleman, and that would be Mark and Daryl. And you don't get them tonight. You get the third gentleman. So we'll just see how we can do today. But we sure appreciate Mark and Daryl and all their time. And Daryl is Daryl's anniversary today. And so we're grateful to have him as a partner and that he has a happy marriage and having a good time with that. Well, blockchain technology and the internets of things, all things crypto. Let's go ahead and get this show rolling. I'm Thomas Dubois in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. And, you know, we want to start off with what is cryptocurrency? A cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency that is secured by cryptography, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend. Many cryptocurrencies are decentralized networks based on blockchain technologies. A distributed ledger enforced by a desperate network of computers. A defining feature of cryptocurrency is that they are generally not issued by any central authority, rendering them theoretically immune to government interference or manipulation, or business interference or manipulation. There's this thing on cryptocurrency called smart contracts going on all over the place, which are not supposed to be manipulated once they're written. And blockchain technology is an open ledger. It's just like going into your accountant's office and having an open ledger of every transaction that's ever made. It's safer, it's faster, and it's better. And so don't we just keep improving, and that's why things keep getting better? Well, let's just look at this a little bit. We know that this is the biggest disruption in the history of the world is the transference of wealth. And right now that's with cryptocurrency. They do say someday there might be a quantum currency that's a little bit of even better than cryptocurrency, but I don't know enough about that to speak on it. But I do know that there's an evolution of money, and that the evolution of money is for the good of man, in my opinion. For one, I don't know about you guys, but I saw a commercial the other day, and it was, matter of fact, no, I saw that just today. I was catching up on a little bit of news, and it had this guy with a coat on with a bunch of gold bars in the pockets, and he says, let's just, they're trying to get him to innovate, right? And he says, let me take my gold and go, and he couldn't get up from his chair because all of the gold was weighting him down. So, many wealthy people say, where can you take $10 million? Well, you can't take $10 million in currency on a plane. You can take $10 million worth of cryptocurrency on a plane. So precious metals went into fiat currency. The truth is about paper coins and paper currency. So far in the history of man, no fiat currency has stood the test of time. So in other words, every fiat currency has failed up to this day and has never, ever, ever worked yet. So we saw how that goes into MasterCard, Visa, and American Express. Then we have PayPal, Pop Money, and Rocket Pay, and just a few different things that make that online payment system a little bit more smooth. I'm going to show you some things on PayPal in just a minute. PayPal's even done a leapfrog over to the last category of cryptocurrency, and so are all of the rest of the ones that we're talking about here. We know that the more we transform from PayPal, that everybody in China and different places that have already adapted paying off of your phone, that they don't even carry cash anymore. So one of the biggest things is having your phone encrypted so that you have safety on your phone and safety on your net. Well, even that is not as good as cryptocurrency, because we get the best of all worlds there, where we can go peer to peer, where in cryptocurrency it started off with a blockchain. So cryptocurrency, again, if we just wanted to put it in simple terms, in simple Tommy terms, right, is that it's faster, it's more reliable, it's safer, and it's easy, and there's more things that can be done with it than all of the above. So businesses are actually being predicated upon decentralized systems as much as a co-op life is. So I just love that slide. I could literally, one day I might just dissect those last two slides there and talk about those. You know, the most profitable investments of the decade are Bitcoin. So 62,500%, just amazing and astounding numbers. And look how it just dwarfs things that we're used to talking in our regular everyday thing, that, oh, I wish I would have just invested in Apple. You know, I mean, don't you know that, you know, you heard of somebody that invested in Apple, made a bunch of money? Well, the truth is, you have an opportunity to make more money faster and at a smaller pace. You know that somebody, you know, today Bitcoin's right around the 40,000 mark. I actually believe it fell back to it was at 42,000 earlier this morning, and I believe it's fallen just under 40,000 today. So there's some volatility that goes on there, but understand that you can buy $25 worth of Bitcoin. You can buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. And nevertheless, all of the other cryptocurrencies and the altcoins that are looking so beautiful right now, in where the world is standing and where life is standing, just many opportunities. My dog was barking at another dog out there, so excuse the noise. So many of you don't know I own a dog grooming shop, and one of my dogs stays home with me most days out of my 4 dogs. And so Vegas is upstairs making a ruckus. So in other words, if I was just to give you an easy equation, and somebody was saying, how would I get into cryptocurrency, which is asked of me all the time. For one, I'm going to show you how to do that today. That's what our whole class is today, is let me show you how to find things to educate yourself instead of me educating you. Okay. And so I just love this slide. I love the fact that if somebody asks me about cryptocurrency, I tell them, can you afford $50 a week? Can you afford $50 a month? If you can afford $50 a week, buy $50 worth of Bitcoin a week and you won't falter. And I think both with Bitcoin and Ethereum, those are two that I would say are going to always have a steady rise. And that's just my personal opinion. So let me be crystal clear here that I am not a financial advisor whatsoever. I am Tommy Boy. I am a regular everyday guy that fell into cryptocurrency 7 years ago, made more money in my first year with cryptocurrency than in all of my career of multiple businesses. You know, like I said, I own a dog grooming shop in Aspen. I've been very successful in the network marketing industry. And I thank God every single day that Dave Barhite, a friend of mine, said, you got to take a look at a company. And he actually asked me to take a look at a company for my charity. And my charity, so he says, I found a way for you to raise money for step 7. And that's 4 sober living homes that I financially support. And that's how I fell into what blockchain technology was and what cryptocurrency was. Well, I thank God I did that because that was 7 years ago. And it's just been phenomenal, because back then you wouldn't have even heard of a bank or anything like you're seeing here, or being talked about on the news or anything like that. It was, I was going to do the sign of the cross, but it's voodoo. Cryptocurrency was considered a bad thing back then. I actually was called a Bitcoin scammer, I remember. And I just laughed at that, because you knew back then that they didn't know what you knew, right? So almost 20% of PayPal users, when I put these slides together, are already trading in Bitcoin. Well, that's 305 million subscribers on PayPal. Well, PayPal is now, you can go peer-to-peer with PayPal now, I understand. You can go peer-to-peer with Cash App now, and that's just a great thing. So both of those things I'm going to teach on, but you look here and you see how a fund manager bought over 500,000. We know about Tesla buying $1.5 billion worth of cryptocurrency. And we also know that Tesla just tweeted out that him and Mark Cuban are back in Dogecoin again. You know, they go back and forth on that. But Dogecoin was made up as a joke, but it's now skyrocketed up past 24, 25 cents. And if you bought it at 17 or something, you know, you're doing quite well. So just everybody's getting in the game. Now, why are they getting in the game? Yes, investing and buying and selling and buying low and selling high. You know, if you're going to trade, that I just gave you the whole trick. Buy low, sell high, buy, well, however you do that. You don't want me to sing. Buy low, sell high, right? Okay, so that's awesome. Okay, so that's the simplicity of that. And you can always go and read the white papers of cryptocurrencies, just like how all of these big companies learn. You know, all of these big companies learn cryptocurrency simply because they did the research or had somebody do the research, and they figured out that they needed to get in the game because blockchain technology is now on Wall Street. Blockchain technology is the technology behind cryptocurrency, how it's made, how it's mined, and all of those things are for other days and other trainings. But the truth is today, all of these words that I've used, if you're brand new to cryptocurrency, don't fret. Don't fret. I made $46,000 before I knew the definition of blockchain technology with cryptocurrency. So you can dip your toe and have some fun as you learn. What my entire goal today is to show you how I've learned. Now, in the process of using cryptocurrency, I put together a few safety tips. Safety tips when using cryptocurrency. One, remember that YouTube is your friend. This is one of the things we're going to totally talk about today, that YouTube is your friend. Also, every wallet and exchange has tutorials because they want you doing business on their exchange, which makes learning abundant and simple if you're looking for it. So that this first one is what we're 100% going to be talking about today, is where to find and where to gather information. I've already queued up some things and I'm going to take you to some places. Always use two-factor authentications, just like we have Google Authenticator with our wallets in Co-op Life. That gives you total safety, that nobody can have access to your wallet, no matter if they're your upline, downline, or the owner. You have total, if you set up your Google Authenticator, unless they have your phone in their hand, they could not get to your funds. Always secure your emails and your phones with two-factor authenticator. What is two-factor authenticator? We're on a computer right now, right? Two-factor authenticator is where that they got to check with my phone as well in order to make sure that it's that person, or they might two-factor authenticator it with an extra code or an email blast or even face-to-face. So there's different two-factor authenticators, but if you're in the cryptocurrency game, your phone, if you can just go straight into your phone without a code or without they have those login scripts or whatever. If you can go into your phone without all of that, probably once you start to accumulate cryptocurrency, you don't want to allow that. You want to have two-factor into your phone, and you want all of your email addresses to have two-factor on them. So a lot of people say, well, I don't want to have to use two-factor every time I log into my email. Well, it's not like that, okay? So if you log in using two-factor authentication, you can check a box that says that stay logged in to this device, okay? And so that device is safe for you, okay? But anybody else trying to log in, just the other day, somebody tried to get into my Google accounts. Because I had two-factor authentication, it popped up on my phone asking me for a code, and I knew it wasn't me. And so for that reason, they did not get in, okay? Follow all backup instructions to always have a way to secure your wallets and your phone and your computer. And you'll learn about that with again, what are we going to do today? We're going to do number one. We're going to talk about where to find information. So I'm going to start off way over here in the corner. and I'm going to jump, the most popular here in the US, around the world is not the same. So please ask whoever your teammate is or whatever, who is the best to speak to for your area, or let us help you to do research on all of the ways that I'm about to show you. Okay. But if you go to Coinbase, you can go right up in here and you can go to learn, and look there. We have tips and tutorials. We have crypto basics, marketing updates. So you can actually log in there and get marketing updates and get articles. You can see all the articles on crypto questions and answers. So you can, before even building a Coinbase account, they teach you tutorials. Well, I bring up Coinbase saying, I don't care if you're going to Gemini, crypto.com, any of them, Exodus, all of them have tutorials for you. Why do they have tutorials for you? Because they want to do business with you. It's just that simple. So they've done all the work for us. The truth is, we're just guiding you where to find things and where to look here, because nobody can teach better than these sites. Nobody can teach better than the people that have been doing this longer than me. So if you go to any cryptocurrency site, and you might say, well, where do I find the sites? Well, I'm about to show you. First of all, I thought I'd show you just two of the basics. Okay. And one of the basics is Coinbase, where you can have all of these tutorials just to spend, maybe an hour a day for a few weeks and learn everything there is to know about cryptocurrency. Isn't that awesome? So a lot of, sometimes the simple things we just don't think about. Okay. Well, let's just go into my PayPal account. Okay. So this is where two-factor comes in, right? So let me go ahead and log in there. Oops. I want you, as you guys know, last week I went live. I want to go live with you guys again. So I'm going right to my normal logins. So I guess I must have changed that. Let's see how this works. Okay, so now it's going to proceed to my account. Okay, so now I come into my account, and a lot of people pay me on PayPal, and so I always usually have some sort of a balance here, and I'm rich today. I got $19.70. But looky here, if you just log in on your phone or wherever you are, you could log in on your phone as you're going on a road trip, and you could just go right here to crypto, and you can scroll down and learn more about cryptocurrency. And they have all of the basic tutorials. For if you're here in the United States, you got a 3-minute video that tells you about crypto and taxes. You got a crypto glossary. You got a full 5-minute deal on what is blockchain technology, crypto versus stocks, and see more. Understanding volatility and risk, understanding your crypto, about Bitcoin, about Ethereum, about Bitcoin Cash, about Litecoin. So they're even telling you about all of theirs here. And then they have their own FAQ. Well, up here on Coinbase, they have an FAQ too, right? So boom, boom, we can get on out of those two. Now, what did I say? What did I say over here? Let's just go and look at that. What did I say over here? YouTube is your friend for tutorials and more. So let's just go over to YouTube. And right now we're up on the Smarter Than Money page. Well, don't we have a few teachings on here on cryptocurrency? We have a few teachings on here about how to load crypto.com and some different things. So you could start right there with your company. But let's just go here and just type in how to use cryptocurrency, and you can even misspell it and you'll be all right. To make money. Let's add to make money. So looky here, you've got a lot of tutorials. Now, what I tell you on this part of it is be a little careful, because most people making up tutorials on YouTube, they're trying to guide you to one thing or another. If somebody is promising you a return on a daily basis, as you've heard Greg say many times, and if you understand cryptocurrency, you'd never fall for that one anymore. I fell for it no less than 10 times. So learn by my mistakes. If they're promising you a set amount every single day in any program, it's almost impossible with a vitality with how up and down cryptocurrency is, and all of that. So just be careful. There's a lot of red flags out there. Ask advice, because there's a lot of things. But you do have great tutorials on here, and you actually could get your tutorials. You know, how to use cryptocurrency on Exodus, which is a somewhat decentralized wallet. And boom, look, we got Exodus tutorials. Okay, so that's a wallet that's not attached to a bank unless you choose to attach it to a bank. Okay, and then there's trade platforms, so you could go on trade platforms and just see what comes up. But you can find so much stuff on here, and find ways to learn. And you know, many times you're going to learn from the owners of those companies. So guess what? I got to get rid of this screen, because you understand how you can do that there, right? Well, Jiminy Christmas, there's this thing called search engines. And I don't usually use Google too much, although I have Google emails, I do have Gmails and all of that, and I have information stored on there. And when you download them, now you have them that you can send to your team if you load Google Drive. Okay, so that's another thing, is duplicate what you're learning. Take that and let your people learn from you. So right there is our presentations that we're doing right now. There's the presentations that were done. There's a presentation on here that Miss Sarah did earlier. Such a good job. So here we go. So now I use DuckDuckGo. Why? Because they don't sell my information. They don't give out my information. They don't collect my information as much. And so it's my favorite. But I can go on here and go learning basic cryptocurrency. And as you can tell, I type with one finger. So, oh, well, learning. I got learning anyway. Oh, boy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. That's the point. That really is the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. Look what we started with. We started with Coinbase, and look what was the first thing that came up on DuckDuckGo. Coinbase cryptocurrency. Easily and quickly learn to buy crypto. Why do they want to give you all these tutorials? Because they want you using their platform. So if they teach you how to use their platform, you're going to use their platform, and you're going to learn how to buy and sell and trade. And Coinbase is one of the best. Matter of fact, Coinbase is the first or the second cryptocurrency platform to go public and to be publicly traded. And they're traded right now. I had bought a bunch of it. And then I decided that I was making more money buying and selling regular cryptocurrency. So I kind of got away from stocks. But they say cryptocurrency stocks is a really, really good thing to do. I just don't know enough about it. So there you go. So boom, okay? So you have all of these wonderful, wonderful ways to learn. And remember that always every wallet and exchange has tutorials, because they want you doing business on their exchange, which makes learning abundant and simple if you're looking for it. There is so many other ways to find information on your own to learn about cryptocurrency. You can self-teach yourself into being a millionaire if you choose to with everything that's provided, because the more money that you make on an exchange, the more that you're going to use that exchange, the more you're going to transact on that exchange, the more you're going to decentralize yourself, the more you're going to start using cryptocurrency and crypto. And you, like for me, I now use cryptocurrency more as a crypto asset. And I'm starting to use cryptocurrency as my form of transacting so that I can be totally decentralized from the world. And there's many people that years ago, if they couldn't pay for it with Bitcoin, they would find ways to pay for it with cryptocurrency. Well, now with cryptocurrency, you can get Visa cards that goes right through your Coinbase wallet, credit cards that go right through your Gemini wallet. And so you're actually paying that person with Bitcoin. It's actually are you guys ready for a crowdfund prospecting tool? Get yourself signed up on a cryptocurrency wallet. Get yourself a cryptocurrency credit card. It's nothing more than a debit card coming out of one of your exchanges, one of your wallets. And I believe we'll have that for Co-op Crowd in the future. But until then, use that. And when you pay for lunch, just simply say to the waiter, hey, I just paid with Bitcoin. Isn't that awesome? And just see their reaction and say, hey, I'd love to share with you some stuff that we're doing and helping people raise money in crowdfunding. You could use that every time you pay with whoever's in front of you, every single time. Right now, you can buy things on Amazon. You can buy things everywhere. So there's always a trick to turning it into a blessing of helping people raise money with Co-op Life. So with that being said, let me just stop share my screen. Let me do a little recording